Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about a Grand Theft Auto Online character that was supposed to have a much bigger role. Now, it'll be interesting to see if we get to see more of him in the future. I know he's a fan favorite, and he's been around since Grand Theft Auto 4 in Liberty City, and that is Patrick or Packy McCreary. So in case you guys don't know, Packy first appeared as one of the main characters and a friend in Grand Theft Auto 4. He made a cameo in The Lost and the Damned. He was a supporting character in The Ballad of Gay Tony, and then reappeared in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, for this video, we're going to be talking about his role in Grand Theft Auto Online, and we saw him appear again in 2019. So it confirms that the canon option for his random encounter is to help him and his accomplice escape, and he appears in the Diamond Casino Heist update, and he has a new random encounter, which actually sees him locked up in the back of a police transporter with an unnamed accomplice. Now, he'll call out for help if the player gets close, whereupon the player can choose to attempt a rescue. Now, if the player successfully stops the transporter, escapes from the police, and drives to a designated remote area, then Packy will be freed, and Lester Crest will send a text message suggesting McCreary owes a debt to the player that can be repaid by participating in the heist. And similarly to his role in the GTA 5 single-player heist, Packy is a good option for the casino heist as he has average skills and an intermediate cut of only 8%. So if you guys have done the casino heist stuff, which I'm sure many of you have, you'll probably know of Packy's random encounter. You've seen his blue blips around the map in which you actually have to find him. Well, it looks like Rockstar was going to make this originally a little bit more complex. This is according to Rockstar Games insider TezFunds2, who said this on the GTA forum site: couldn't find a proper thread for cut content in terms of DLCs, so I guess I will post it here. Rockstar had more plans for Packy McCreary's random event. There are 3 spawn locations for the transporter. Each one is considered a variant. With all these variants, an FIB/police motorcade consisting of FIB Grangers and police bikes were supposed to escort the police transporter. So each version was going to be a little bit different, and it also sounds like it was going to be a lot harder as well. Now, what's interesting about this is by far the hardest part is just getting this stupid thing to spawn in. It always seems like the RNG random events are always so hard to trigger in GTA Online. But let's talk about these different variants. The first variant only has the police bikes and the FIB Grangers spawn alongside the police transporter. The other variants, however, had more spawn locations for FIB Grangers and police bikes, likely reinforcements to the original units, and this is the spawn location for the police transporter. In case you guys are wondering, it's right outside that clothing store on Route 68. You guys have probably stopped in there, and the ammunition if you're on the way to Fort Zancudo or Trevor's, something along those lines. Now, in the second variant, this is the spawn location for the police transporter. It's up there in Sandy Shores. It's near that U-Tool hardware store place, right on the edge of the highway at sort of the foot of Mount Chiliad near Earl's Mini Mart. That's the second variant. And there's also a spawn location for a police bike, oddly enough. It's much further away from the other units. TezFunds2 isn't sure why. You can see this is on the other side of Mount Chiliad, and it's actually kind of close to Grapeseed near the train tracks. So that's pretty interesting. And he says, however, here are multiple spawn locations. The first marker is a police bike. Second, third, and fourth markers are FIB Grangers. The fifth one is the police bike. And you guys can also see where this one is located too. This one is located just outside of Sandy Shores. You can see the abandoned motel in the background. So that's where that spawn location would be. And then the same scenario happens inside the city, just at a different location. You can see this is right outside one of the various apartment buildings near Vespucci Beach. So it originally looked like Rockstar had a lot of variations for this event. So it's kind of unfortunate that these were not added into the game. Now, moving to the third variant, here is the spawn for the police transporter. You can see this is in front of the Dollar Pills store in Sandy Shores. This is where Trevor's mom goes to get, or I should say Trevor has to go get the pills for his mom, if you guys have done that in single player. The spawn location is far away for the police bike. This is like way in the city, near that bridge and sort of near that downtown Strawberry area. And then we get to look at the first unit right here. This is on that windy road going up towards the Galileo Observatory. And then there's a second unit as well. This is more on the Pacific Coast Highway near the gondola to get up to the top of Mount Chiliad. So from all this, it does appear Rockstar had scripted destinations for the police transporter to follow instead of merely wandering around. Now, it makes you wonder if Rockstar decided to scrap this because there were originally more plans to have more police content in Grand Theft Auto Online. As we know, one of the cut updates from Rockstar that we never got to see was a police-themed or cops and crooks update or law enforcement expansion. And we'll never know the true reason why Rockstar never added this into the game. And who knows if we've seen any of the content re-added or if it's going to be scrapped for good. Because just take a look at the vehicles right there. It's a police transporter. We don't have the access to buy that. There's an FIB Granger. We don't have the access to buy that. There's a police bike, one of the most fan-requested, favorited vehicles of all time. We don't have the option to buy that. So it would be nice if those vehicles were actually available to purchase, or we just had access to them in some way, shape, or form, but they're not. They're kind of like the rarest, hardest to find vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online, with the only way getting them to spawn in is to like trigger some event or glitch them in from a creator or something like that. I don't know why Rockstar has such strict rules and blacklists on these police cars, but maybe the reason they like yanked this at the last minute was because, oh no, we don't really have any police content in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this also makes me wonder on a separate note if Packy McCreary could ever return in the future. If he does, you'd kind of suspect that it might be in a heist style update. That kind of seems to be his role. It's what he did in GTA 4. It's what he did in Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's what he's done in Grand Theft Auto Online. So it really just does depend if that's something that Rockstar goes back to, if they go back to a heist update, or if they, just do more stuff that we've seen recently. Contract and Contract Part 2, Los Santos Tuners update. It'll be interesting to see if Packy returns. We know that he's alive. We also know that he was supposed to have a much bigger role in Grand Theft Auto Online, and his random event was supposed to have a much bigger role too, but Rockstar ended up removing it and made a more simplified, dumbed-down version. Which, again, the hardest part is just getting that stupid thing to spawn in, but at least once you get it once, you're able to get him forever. So I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What has your experience been with Packy? Did you use him in GTA 5? Did you use him in Grand Theft Auto Online with the Diamond Casino heist? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.